Okay, so I'm going to show you how to cast on for in the round. This is the way that I've seen most people describe how to cast on with double point needles. You're going to first make your slip stitch, and I'm going to do 15 stitches, so 5 stitches per needle. I'm using 3 needles. So 3, 4, 5. So now I'm on the 5th, which is right there. And I'm just going to hold this needle like this to stabilize it. And I'm going to pull that tight so that it is right up against the other stitches. You don't want any spaces. So 2, and I'm not even holding on to this stitch anymore. I'm just let it drop, and so I'm just holding this one needle. So I have 3, 4, 5. All right. So now I'm going to move that around. Take my other needle, which actually I usually don't drop the yarn here. Usually, because it seems to make it a little bit more difficult. So, anyways. Now I'm going to hold this one just like this, just so it's not moving around. And I'm going to cast on like normal and butt it up real tight against that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I've got 15 stitches. And you want to make sure none of your stitches are turned around so they're all straight. All right. Just like that. Now I'm going to take my 4th needle here, slide this one down, and I'm going to knit just like I normally would. Take my working yarn here. I'm just going to loop it around, pull it through, and I'm going to pull this string to make sure that this is tight right against here, and drop. And I'm just going to keep doing this through the whole row, just like you're knitting normally. All right, now I've got this one here, so I'm going to switch to my next one, slide it down. I like to work over this needle. Some people like to work under. I find it a little bit easier to go over. So let's just start my new stitch. Pull it tight, not super tight, but just tight enough to get it butted up against the other one. 2, 3. Some people find this method harder than the magic loop method. I find it's easier for me. I don't know why. I find it very soothing. All right, so this is my 3rd needle, the last one. So just like normal, put it up against this one, wrap, little tug, drop off. I know it looks complicated, but if you just try it a couple times, it gets so much easier to do. So anyways, that's that method. I'm going to show you a little bit easier way to cast on now. I found that I hated casting on with all 3 needles, so I discovered this way of doing it is much easier for me personally. So you do your slip stitch, and I'm going to cast all 15 stitches onto this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now I'm going to slide these stitches down to the end of the stick, and I'm just going to transfer my stitches to the other needles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just slip them right on. And do the same with the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have 15 stitches all on. Found it was a lot easier to cast on that way, and you just do exactly like you did the other time. Put your needle through here, That's about the only time I work from underneath. Pull it tight. And just do exactly like I was showing you before. You work with these 2 needles only. Then when this row's done, then go with the next row. And just the more you practice, the easier it is. It's easier when you have more than 15 stitches that just didn't want to take the time to cast on like 30 of them. But the more widespread your stitches are, the easier it is to work with. So that is double point needle. Just work at it, practice a little bit, and you'll get it down real quick. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like to see something a little different, let me know. Thanks, guys.